Okay, so students, we are covering classification of matter today. This will be on page 25 in your journal. You will have to distinguish between two types of matter. You have a pure substance that is always uniform, and you have a mixture that is variable, has a variable composition. So uniform usually means it's made out of the same atoms or molecules. And a mixture is made out of different atoms or molecules. How to differentiate substance from mixture? Well, it's easy. If it can be separated by physical means, for instance, by boiling, then it's a mixture. And if it cannot be separated by physical means, then it's a pure substance. Let's discuss pure substances first. Pure substances can be divided into substances made out of just elements and substances made out of compounds. Substances made out of elements can be monoatomic elements. Monoatomic means that each atom floats around singly by itself. And then you have diatomic atoms or elements, such as oxygen. Oxygen usually is found in nature floating around in twos, but it is still considered an element, a substance of elements. So each box of the periodic table represents a different element. Each element has unique properties, and they are building blocks for other types of matter. The representative particle is an atom, and the property of an element is that it's the smallest particle. And it cannot be broken down. So cannot be broken down. And we are not talking about, well, hey, the Palma, we can split atoms now. We are not talking about that. We are talking about some physical or some chemical means. So these cannot be broken down, physical or chemical, by physical or chemical means. The types of elements are, again, monoatomic and diatomic. An example of a monoatomic could be sodium, could be iron, potassium, lithium. And diatomic would be, an example would be hydrogen. So there's a little subscript. Nitrogen likes to float around in twos. Oxygen, fluoride, chlorine, bromine, and so on. With compounds, as you can see, we have different elements together. So one of them, an example, would be water, or H2O, and then the other one, NaCl, or table salt. So compounds are composed of two or more elements. They're combined in the same proportions, so it's still very uniform. Properties of the compound are different from the properties of elements that form the compounds. So for instance, sodium by itself is very toxic. Chlorine is very toxic, but sodium chloride is table salt and you need it to survive. So they're different from their unique elements. They're chemically bonded, they're not easily divided, and the particle now is not an atom anymore, it is a molecule. They cannot be broken down by physical change. So phase change does not affect their properties, physical change, but they can be broken down by chemical change. Okay.